Hey guys, time to feed some babies. All right, let me get myself all situated here. Oh, somebody lost their umbilical stump. All right, come here, you. All right, who we got here? Say, ooh, look at her. She meowed. Say hi, Rainy. Say hi, Rainy. So we're gonna feed Rainy. Here, I usually take this completely off at this point, so that way we don't end up with anybody getting any owies.
Stop breaking it.
Here you go, big girl. They're all very noisy when they're hungry. So I think our big boy, someone lost their umbilical stump. Where's the thing at? I can put it right here for now. Oh boy, goodness. Oh yeah, we got a couple of them lost their stumps. Good stuff. All right. Means that we can actually do some bath time tonight with everybody. Okay.
Are you gonna grab anything?
You done, big girl? Oh my God, get the tissue.
Is that it?
Make sure we got everybody's got clean booties. They're so cute.
No? Okay.
Come over here, big boy. All right. All right. She's all fed, full tummy, milky mustache. All right, come here, big boy.
Really?
This is, I call him her twin, but this is Riker. Him and Rainy look pretty much identical, markings and everything, just that he's much bigger, and of course he's a boy. So, there you go. Good boy, Riker. No, you're not going to take off anywhere, mister.
You're fine.
These guys are so cute, you guys. They're just all over. Hi, Misty. They're so cute. Come here. Come over with your brothers. You gotta wait till your brother's done eating and then I can get you. They eat really well, so. They're 5 days old. If anybody's wondering, we've had them since they were 3 days old. So 2 nights now that they've done really, really good. Eating wise, sleeping wise. Where are you going, Arlo? All right, good boy. This big old boy is eating like good stuff. And of course, Ezekiel is still the largest of the group. But Misty's fast catching up. Like, she eats real good. She's catching up to the 2 big boys. Arlo's still very tiny. Him and Rainy are still really small. But Misty's catching up. My goodness, big boy. So you're taking your time eating today. Where you going, Misty?
Are you live streaming?
Yeah, I'm live streaming. So. Yosef, hi. I'm doing good. If I leave them alone, then they're not going to get to eat. So I got to actually feed them. They're so darn cute. Rigby's doing good. He's actually sound asleep. He just finished eating. He just ate a big old bowl of like the best food I think he's ever. I know, the best food he's ever had in his life.
Yeah.
He just had a big old bowl of like chopped chicken, right? It's chopped chicken, yeah, and a nice chicken gravy sauce. So, okay, Mister, you got to hurry up and eat, so everybody else gets a turn. Where are you going, Arlo? Come back here.
Yeah.
Hi, Joseph. How are you? Misty, where are you headed? All right, you can go into the heaty pad. Let me get this out of the way. All right, let's see here. Let's get Misty fed. Come here, big girl. Come on. Oh, there it is, huh? Oh, you're going to be on somebody's podcast? Awesome. That's awesome. And I forgot to show you guys Misty, so hold on, I'll show you guys Misty in a minute. But I call them the twins. Rainy and Riker are now sleeping. Yeah, I know you guys are like, she's got the bottle. We want the bottle. They just want whatever she's got right now. So, being normal kittens. It's gonna be both like, oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Oh, awesome. That's actually really cool, Joseph. People need stuff like that right now. I think that's really, really cool. Okay, you're just plowing your sister right out the dang thing. What are you doing? Just mowing her right on over. Okay, come here, Arlo. Come back here. You'll be next, Arlo. Relax, good boy. I try to feed Ezekiel last because he is the biggest and he eats for quite some time. So I try to get all of them. I try to do the two big boys last, but Riker happened to be awake before everybody else, so he had a nice long feeding session. Where are you going, little lady? Get back in there. They're definitely really good at like chomping down. So yeah. All right, good girl. Oh yeah, here you go. This Misty. Say hi, Misty. She's the only one that is like light colored in the whole group. She's got like a light gray. Where are you going, Arlo? It's over here. Hi, Kelly. So hold on, I gotta show you guys Arlo. He's the dark striped one. So he's got the really dark face, really dark back. But yeah, he's the dark stripey one. He's also the tiny boy, which was why he got the name Arlo. Okay, you need to relax, mister. You can't bully him out of his bottle. You gotta wait. And their eyes should be opening up here in a few days. And that's going to be real fun when their eyes start to open. But every one of them is doing really good right now. But like I said, these guys are full-term babies, so they're much bigger. This guy right here, he's already he's only 5 days old, and he's already bigger than Rigby was at 2 weeks old. So that right there, guys, this is Mr. Ezekiel. He's huge compared to the other kittens. Arlo said, my brother's huge. You gotta wait your turn, mister. Yeah, he's like, I'm not happy about waiting for any turn. He's gotta wait his turn. No, you're not gonna come push him off the bottle. You do that each time I'm trying to feed them. That's why you're fed last, because you're the biggest bully of the bunch. You almost done, Arlo? Huh? Get that little paw up here. You got your little nail stuck. I'm gonna have to trim their nails. Where are you going, sweetheart? Sorry if I'm missing chat, guys. Thinking about streaming culture and the different platforms out there. Yeah, that's really good. That's gonna be a really good topic. Sorry, I'm like distracted as I'm doing this with them, so. Ooh, that was a good one, mister. So, need to get everybody to go potty here in a minute. Here. Hey, big boy. There you go. There you go. They all eat really good, so I'm really, really proud of how good they're all doing. Of course, am up with them for pretty much most of the night. Last night they all did really good. They all slept from 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock. So they slept 5 straight hours. All of them did. They got up at 4 o'clock. I fed them all. Had everybody fed by just about 4:25, 4:30ish. Everybody was fully fed, pottied, whatnot. And they went back to sleep. And they all slept until just after 8:30 this morning. Is where people are going to be going around and doing that follow for follow nonsense. Not real support start. Yeah, exactly. Like that was one of the things from the very start when I started, like when I first really got a grasp of what YouTube, like how the YouTube rhythm and all that worked, and how like follows and subscriptions and all that worked. Like follow, like sub for sub or whatever. I never did sub for sub. One, because why am I going to sub to something I'm not going to watch? Like, that's like a false sense of support. And if you're not watching it, then YouTube eventually just removes you anyway, because then you just become a dead subscription. So they just remove you anyway. So it's not like it really, like sub for sub does nothing for you. Also, sub count does not matter. When you look at the numbers go by view count. So they go by how many views are you getting, how many and how long are the views. So you may get like 1 million views on something, but if everybody only clicks in and watches it for less than a minute and it's an 11-minute video, then that's really bad on your numbers. So, all right, let's see here.
No.
Thank you. Helps me a lot with making greeting cards to share happiness in the world. Even with me having Tourette's and having a feeding tube, I'm happy to share. Oh, that's awesome. Joseph, that's really awesome. I'm really happy that you're doing something like that, because I think it really, like you just said, it helps other people out. And the 2 loudest kittens of the entire group have just officially crashed out in there. Do you need more? Are you just not done eating? Were you just not done eating, baby girl? There you go. She came back out for more food. She's like, wait, I'm not done.
Oh, I was trying to make it feel done.
Oh, she was definitely
There
not
we
done.
go.
She is really going to town on that. Hi, big boy. The twins came back out. So,
That's the other one.
what you doing, Riker? Oh, you're definitely done now. That was good. Oh my goodness. I think somebody's got a nice full tummy. On Stitcher iTunes as well. Oh yeah, I've actually been listening to quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh, come here. Let's clean you up because you're going potty. Good boy.
Thank you.
Come on, you got it.
Good.
Hold on, guys. He's going potty. Come here, I gotta get it off your bum. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good poopies. That was good poopies. Feel better? Do you feel better now, Mr. Milk Face? Look at this little milk face. I'm so tiny. They're so tiny. And she's so little. He's the biggest of the group, though. All right, is that better, big boy? Yeah. All right, you come here, big butt. Come here, big boy. Especially because you were definitely not finished. Here you go. Here's some more. They're so cute. I think it's really cute when, of course, I hate people who basically follow bot, if you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean by that. There's no point in clicking that follow button or whatnot if you're just not going to actually view the content. There's quite a few channels that I used to watch all the time that I have recently unsubbed to because I just don't watch the content, except for maybe once in a while when I see something that they've posted. Like, I still follow them like on Instagram or something, and then see like if there's something that they're doing that I'm really interested in seeing, then I'll watch it. But yeah, there's several channels I just don't follow anymore like I used to. One, because life is just so busy. Hi, Floyd. And then Two, just sometimes it just makes no sense to be following something if you're not gonna if you're really just not gonna watch it. By the way, we started that feeding session. It was all the way up to here to this third line, and they finished it down to here. So between the 5 of them, they ate 2 full tablespoons of food. So where's the trash bag? Trash bag. But yeah, so these guys are growing and doing really, really well so far. Like I said, right now they're in what we call, they're in the danger zone still. So we're also discussing people who, yeah, there are those. Let me tell you what, do I know that all too well. You get people that get obsessed, but you also get people who become not just obsessed, but possessive, if that makes any sense. Oh, Kelly, thank you. I actually had one of the one of the workers from Saint last night. She says, "Okay, so I'm bringing over 5 more applications, right?" I was like, "No." We laughed about it, but it was really funny because I send lots of photos to them as I work with the babies. I send them updates, what new thing the kittens are doing each day, or what little milestones they've overcome. But I guess I can officially now say that, because I know everybody's wondering, but I can officially say, yes, Rigby will be staying with us. So we all discussed it, we had conversation, and so Rigby will be staying with us. So he will officially be adopted to me. And I know other people are gonna have like something to say about it. I don't give a crap. It's not their decision. They're not paying the bills that go with it. We did do some looking into, because like I said, there's a lot to look into, a lot of information I had to make sure I went through. Was I gonna be able to add him to my insurance, stuff like that? And yes, so it didn't take much of a difference. So I think we added $10 to our monthly bill for insurance for him, but he's staying put. One, because he's extremely attached to me, like extremely attached. When I say extremely, that I can't even explain to you in any other way. 2, he is a singleton cat, so he doesn't have any real social skills yet. He was over here yesterday. I had him up here with me while I was feeding the babies. Usually he sits inside of his the critter cuddler, and he noticed that I was feeding them yesterday, and he wanted out of that cuddler because he wanted the bottle. And so, I mean, I wanted to keep him from the time he was like 2 weeks old on, but I also knew that it wasn't about me. It was about, like, you have to really look at everything. Like, you have to really calculate everything. And as much as I was like, I definitely want to keep him, but I was like, but I need to look at every aspect. Like, if it comes down to it and it's not going to be beneficial to him and it would be unfair to him, then I can't, in my right, in like, I guess you'd say, in good conscience, say I'm going to keep him anyway. But I know that for him, his attachment to me, separating him and sending him off with somebody he has no attachment to could be detrimental to him. He comes to me for everything. His food, like, even with, he's still like with solid food. I'm watching because he's getting cozy in his bed. With solid food, he won't just go over and freely eat out of the bowl. I have to sit with him and get him to eat before he'll start eating. I'm going to have some bean and cheese burritos today for lunch. Ooh, no Pepsi, not on the Pepsi, but the bean and cheese burritos. That sounds so good. So yeah, he's very attached to me, especially like when the weather's weird or when the wind picks up, he wants to be right with me. So he's a very unique little kitty. But yeah, he is very interested in the babies. When I had Ezekiel eating yesterday, Rigby was right down there with him, wanting to push him out of the way to take the bottle from him. course, they didn't let him take the bottle, but it was the cutest thing in the world because you sit there and you see like his interaction. Like he understood that that's what they were doing, was that they were eating off of a bottle, and he knows he still takes a bottle. And so he made that connection that they were the same as him. Ooh, 99 cents a piece. Yeah, over at like the Circle K down the road, they have like these big, huge burritos. Like one of them is like 2 of the small ones, and it's they're 99 cents. And we used to go down and get those all the time. I don't eat stuff like that very much anymore because it's really processed. So I try to be really careful with what I eat that's processed food. So a lot of boxed foods and stuff I try to avoid. The only ones that I really like still use a lot is like jambalaya or like gumbo. Like I use the boxed things of those, and then I buy the meat to put in there. But for the most part, like I eat salads and whole veggies and meats. Ooh, Taco Rio. I think we don't have that here, but I've heard of Taco Rio before. So now everybody is cozy. Okay, so Rigby's asleep now because he finished eating. I fed him first. Went over and sat with him and got him to eat out of his bowl. He is spoiled, you guys. So I went in, I got really good hot water, so boiled up some water. Then I mixed in the chicken bits for him. It's like canned kitten, or canned cat food with the chicken in it.
Oh, dude.
So I added that to the water and stuff to soften it more because it was kind of on the harder side. So softened it more, added some formula to the water, mixed that up for him, and then added some fresh tuna to it and put that in there, and finally sat with him and he ate that. So she's good. She's actually in the middle of a game right now. But yeah, he's definitely spoiled. He still has like initial reaction when you sit down with him to feed him. He still has the whole, whoa, what are you trying to give me? And then once I get it in his mouth, like he gets that first like bite of food in his mouth and he holds it for a minute, and then he's like, oh, and then he sticks his face in the bowl. But the bowl could sit there and he would not touch it. He will avoid the bowl completely until I put the food in his mouth and he realizes what's in the bowl. So that's kind of something that's the one hurdle we're gonna have to kind of get through. The one thing he does go over and kind of nibble at is the dry food. He'll go and take like a piece or 2 from the bowl, but that's about it. So he's learning that does have food in it. So if we can get him to eat like voluntarily on his own as soon as I put his wet food bowl down, then that will be like the big hurdle. But he is eating solid food when I sit down with him. He did, altogether yesterday, he did 4 bottles. I only want him doing 3, but he ended up doing 4 bottles, and that was only because he got woke up in the middle of the night last night. And I only let him have 1 tablespoon of a bottle, because usually he would eat 2 to 3. So I only allowed him 1 tablespoon on the bottle and then had him go back to bed. But, because usually he sleeps through the night, but the kittens woke up at 4 o'clock and it woke him up. And so got them all fed, and then when I realized he was definitely still awake and had woke him up, I went ahead and gave him a tablespoon, and that was it. Yeah, we're still going through all that right now, but there's just nothing available, which really sucks because out here you get everybody out here thinks they're know-it-alls online, right? They're like, well, go and apply for a job. Okay, first of all, she's got job applications everywhere. Second of all, calling and checking. All these places are saying, oh, we're hiring now. Fill out application inside, hand in application inside. Then you do all that, and nobody's actually hiring. They're saying they're hiring because they're required to. But because all hours and operating hours have been minimized, they're not hiring. Oh, well, thank you. I think I look quite exhausted, but hey, thanks for the, yeah, and online applications do suck because so many of them go to one large location. And then, like, let's say if I go, we'll just say it this way, if I go and apply at KFC, right? Even though my address and everything is for here, it all goes into the KFC database. There's KFC from here to the dang East Coast, okay? So, every KFC gets the same set of applications. Now, they got to go in and weed out the ones that don't fit their zip code. Because that's what it goes by the way, if anybody's wondering. It goes by your zip code. So if you're not within their zip code, then your application gets moved to a different, like, so they weed out through your applications. So your local KFC has to weed through all the applications in the database online to even find the ones for just their local area. And for us, our local area has 4 different zip codes. So there's only one KFC here for 4 different zip codes. Sorry, guys. I think I've got cat hair or dog hair, one of the two, in my mouth. That's annoying. Got it. But yeah, so the fact that we have the 4 different zip codes here requires some wiggling around to figure it out. So yeah, it can be quite annoying. That's why I say it's the fact that they steered away from paper applications where people could fill out an application. One, you can get a check out of their penmanship. Hear me out. You get a good look at their penmanship. Then on top of that, they come in, right, to turn said application into the manager. When they come in, you get to visually see the person applying. When people come in and give an application to you, and they walk in and they've got greasy hair, their clothes are unkept, got holes in their pockets, torn up shoes or whatever, and they come in and they hand that to you, and they just kind of go, well, kind of hope you guys hiring? You're probably not going to consider them for hire. You may, depending on how the situation looks, but if somebody walks in, they come in, and you don't have to be in a suit and tie, let me tell you that, but if they come in and their hair is brushed, and they look like they've taken care of their face, like, whether it be a man, he's clean shaven, because usually in most places, you got to be clean shaven. They come in, like female, hair is done, right? So either pulled up in a ponytail or at least done, like it looks like she attempted to make some attempt at it. Your clothes look good, like you don't have a bunch of stains on it, you don't have tattered up holes in it, you look like you want the position. Now, I do understand we do have some people who come in who are not in the best living situation, so they don't have the best opportunity to, have like the best looking clothes and stuff. However, dogs, does age matter to date in the states of California? Does age matter to date in the state of California? Well, I mean, yeah, like in every state, there's age does matter. For dating wise, like if you're 18, stay away from anybody under the age of 18. Like, it's that simple. If you're 18 years old, stay away from anybody that's under 18 years old. Especially in the state of California. There are some places where they're like, oh yeah, he's 18, she's 16, it's no big deal, if the parents are okay with it. But let me just tell you this, parents may say they're okay with it at first, and then you get some parents who are like, oh yeah, my daughter's dating him, he's 18, yada yada yada, but then he breaks her heart, and next thing you know, you've got parents filing statutory rape charges against somebody because their daughter's feelings got hurt. So if you want to save yourself a whole bunch of headache, then just go by the strict rule of, if you're 18 and they're under 18, avoid it at all costs. Stay at the 18 and over. Just, if you're 18, date 18 and over. Don't even look behind you. When you start getting into your 20s, then anybody that's 18 and up is your age group. Stay away from the under 18 people. The people that should be dating under 18 are the people that are in high school together who are under 18. That's where you're learning things, right? When you're in high school and in junior high and you start dating, you're learning things. You're learning what you like, what you dislike, what your plans are for the future, the things that you are driven and motivated by. You don't really necessarily end up with the person that you dated or multiple people that you dated through high school. It's rare that you have high school lovebirds that make it, 60, 70 years down the road together. It is rare. That's why you hear a lot about those stories, because they're so rare. People talk about them a lot. So, just FYI,
I have
18 and over, stay with 18 and over. Just don't date under 18 if you are over 18. Leave the kids alone. Leave the high school kids alone. But yeah, so. Ooh, I have heartburn again. Probably because I just ate oatmeal and I'm drinking a coffee. Should not be drinking a coffee because I'm almost certain I have an ulcer again.
basically my entire hot door is.
And I can feel where it's at. Like I can feel right where the ulcer is, which is why I'm having heartburn so bad recently. It does not help to drink coffee when you have an ulcer. As a matter of fact, you should totally avoid coffee when you have an ulcer. So I'll probably finish this cup and then that'll be it for the next few days. So, cause yeah, I'm feeling it. It's so funny how quiet they all got once everybody's got a full tummy and everybody's gone potty. They all just kind of go into a full-on relaxed, go to sleep state, which is awesome. So, I wish that I had filmed more of Rigby's litter those first 3 days before the girls passed away, so you guys could see like the big difference between the premature litter and this litter. Rigby's litter was at least 9 to 12 days early. I'm going to lean towards more of the 12 days just by watching Rigby's markers of where he's like where his milestones are hitting, puts him at about 12 days behind. His weight is another one. He's about 12 days off weight wise. So I look at that and how very different their body language was, the way that they responded to stimuli, everything is way different. These guys, if I touch this kennel door when they're sleeping, it fires them up. They all start moving around. They want to run around. They want to come and get food again. Even if they're not hungry, they immediately become stimulated. When Rigby's litter was in there, if I touched the door, no response, none. Like they didn't feel the vibration of the door move. They didn't put any association together, whatnot. These guys, 5 days in, and they are well aware of their surroundings, even without having their vision yet. Their ability to sense it, like in their body, is very, very prominent. As of right now, starting today at 5 days old, their ear canals are starting to open, so they're gonna start being able to pick up sound from external. Like they can hear like internal sound, like if they were to make a meow or whatnot, they can, like if you put something behind you here, like behind your ears, and you tap on it, you'll hear it like internally, but you won't necessarily hear it from this portion of your ears. But for them, they're starting to pick up external sound. So if there's like loud noise, or like say something gets loud on the TV or a squeak, they're gonna start hearing it. So it's, oh my God, Rigby he literally has the best sleep yoga poses like ever. He just gets so stretched out when he sleeps. It's super cute. He's also now to the point where he's not scared of his toys anymore. Just started yesterday where he now plays with his toys. He didn't play with them before. He was so scared of the toys when we put him in there. He was like, what is this stuff? Now he actually plays with the 2 fuzzy mice. We have 2 fuzzy mice in there. And so far he seems to really, really like the big white fuzzy one. And then he has the one little tan mouse that has a brown tail. It's like a little rope tail. And he picks that up by the rope tail and carries it around in there. That's about the only mousing he's going to be allowed to do, is the ones that are the toys. He will not be doing any mousing of any sort outside the house. Now, if a mouse gets in here, like in the house, he's more than welcome to go ahead and you know, remove it, so to speak. He can take care of it if that's the case. My hair is just having all sorts of its own attitude today. Could you just be like cooperative? It's not gonna stay. I'll probably end up laying down again for a little bit with these guys. So, because we have nothing to do today. And Monday is the start of class. I'm actually looking forward to it. I have 2 classes at a time, which I'm so glad they're doing that with the whole thing that's going on with COVID. The fact that they took it to where we're doing 2 classes every 8 weeks versus 4 classes for 16 weeks. I'm so glad. Because I don't mind doing the 4 classes for 16 weeks. Like, that doesn't bother me. But when you've got like everything else that's going on and trying to squeeze in doctor's appointments using Zoom calls and stuff, it's so much to try to fit all of your activities right here at home. Like when I have my classes and when I'm doing 4 classes at 16 weeks, you have your 2 days off every week. Like there's no classwork expected on Saturday, Sunday. None of my professors so far have ever expected anything on Saturday and Sunday. And I know why, because they want their Saturday and Sunday too. So Monday through Friday, those are your school days. Saturday, Sunday, you had your days off. So during the week, you could fit out a schedule, like you could work out a schedule on what your hours were for class, and then you can make appointments to, say, go to a doctor's office. Now everything's done right at home, so you can't, like, doctor's offices are open only a certain amount of time now because of everything. But if you have a class that's fitting into that time, it's not going to happen. She doesn't work right now, Dustin. Yeah, she's not. She's busy right now. She's actually hanging out with friends. So they are gaming right now. I think you guys playing Fortnite, sir?
Huh?
You guys playing Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're playing Fortnite. That's gonna climb up and haunt me. Oh, by the way, something I got the other day because of that split in my lip, it was getting so sore. And I'm so glad I got this. It's Campho-Phenique, right? You can get it for like cold sores, like cold sore treatment gel or whatnot. But because I had split my lip, let me tell you what, okay? Like, I split it right down the center, right? Just split it. I get really chronically chapped lips. So I always use a Blistex. And so I'm not gonna interrupt her. She's got headset on and stuff. So I'm always using chapstick, but my lips still get super chapped and it gets so windy up here. And I really do need to be more aware of this. But I was talking and I smiled really big and my lips were super chapped and it just split all the way open. By like day 2, it was really, really, really sore. And so I got this because it's supposed to help like numb the area. And it also is supposed to help kind of dry out the cracked area and then allow the rest of the lips to be moisturized. I started using this and this thing is almost completely healed now. I did crack it right here too. If you guys see that one, I just cracked it. I did that yesterday. That's a fresh crack in my lip because I keep using this stuff, but I cannot seem to find a good chapstick that works for me. Even I go through like a whole tube of this stuff every couple of days. To try to keep my lips moist. I mean, I drink lots of water because that's just, you have to out here. Water is like heaven to us. And I keep lots of aloe water on hand. And this stuff is so good, you guys. Like, I can't even explain to you how good and refreshing aloe water is. But yeah, I drink a lot of aloe water, regular water. And then I have my coffee. Like, usually I'll do 1 or 2 cups of coffee each day. Today it's just being the 1. But yeah, so Campho-Phenique. If you guys ever get a really bad like cold sore, or if you ever split your lip, even though this is labeled for cold sore treatment, I do know that Campho-Phenique is really good for like numbing, and it does. This numbs it, but it also is a really good like antibacterial stuff in it to help kind of fight anything, because your mouth is full of bacteria. That sounds really gross, and I know that. But when you're eating foods and all that and you have an open sore, yeah, you want to have something on it. So don't be like me and split your lip. Because one, it hurts so bad when you split your lip. And this thing is just literally just a straight line, straight down. Like I split it all the way inside to out. Like it just ripped right open. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. Let me see. It is 102. Which, thank you, because it's now starting to cool off. We're getting closer to September, so our temperatures are gonna start coming down below 110. So, thank goodness. I'm all for that. So everything will start dropping below 110. Let me look at something real quick, sorry. What? Cruise the canyon. Ain't nobody doing that. I don't know why people are signing stuff like that up. It's not gonna happen. Sorry, oh, that heartburn. That is something else. It's 102 right now. But like I said, it's gonna start cooling off now that we're getting closer to September, which I am all for. I'm kind of hoping that, because usually right now, August is normally like end of July and August are usually our hottest months out here. We start to see the cooler temps start coming down first half of September, and then usually by Halloween we're finally in like the high 80s, low 90s, and then I know like Halloween night it can get to like the high 70s, and we because we're crazy out here, we usually end up needing sweaters by that time. It kind of gets 70s to us is chilly because we're so used to the 120s. So when you're coming out of temperatures that are 120 plus, 70s is like, it's like a 50-degree drop in temperature. That's a big jump. That's a big jump. So that, of course, it's cold to us. But most places are like, well, that's like our summer heat, and it's like, yeah, well, you would melt if you came here, literally. So you get it. Yes, Dustin, everything is in the description box. All of our social media links is in the description box. Hi, Shania, how are you? So yeah, been using Campho-Phenique. Not an ad or nothing like that. Shoot, we're not popular enough for that. So Campho-Phenique works really, really good. They used it, they still have it, I think, like in the little glass jar. We used to use that for like, if we got like a canker sore or whatnot. Technically not supposed to do that. With Campho-Phenique, it's not supposed to go in your mouth. You made dinner? What did you make? I don't even know what I'm making tonight. I wanted to, darn it. I forgot to go take the meat out again. Sarah, if you happen to run downstairs, will you grab out the turkey meat so we can make spaghetti? Yeah. That's only if you go down there. If you don't, we'll figure something else out. I was gonna make spaghetti, but I forgot to take the meat out. So, and I was downstairs too. I went downstairs and got the dogs fed and filled up their swimming pools. Danny is insane. Trying to fill up the pool. I wanted her to eat while I was filling up the pool, but because I'm filling up the pool, she decides the water hose is a play toy. And so, needless to say, her food went second place to her attacking the water stream from the hose because she's crazy. Chicken and rice with garlic bread and vegetables. Delicious. Delicious. That sounds really good. Question for you. Do you cook your chicken with your rice, or do you do your chicken then your rice? See, I always end up doing it. This is one of Taylor's favorite dishes, by the way, so I'll tell you guys this really quick if you ever want to make it. I do this in a baking dish. I usually use a Pyrex, big Pyrex bowl with a lid. So I'll do a cup of rice, the 2 cups of water. Then I will do butter and garlic, right? A butter and garlic mix with, usually with some thyme and some oregano. And I mix that in there into the rice, right? So I kind of beat the rice in with the butter and the garlic and the water. Get it all on there. Then I lay the chicken in there. So it didn't matter what kind of chicken. If you're gonna do, stuffed bell peppers. If you're gonna do like chicken legs, whatever, you can do chicken leg, like drums or breast or thighs, whichever. I personally like thighs because I like the dark meat, but it doesn't matter. Put those in there, and then you season the tops of your chicken. If you're gonna, I do skin off, if anybody's wondering, because I personally gag on the skin. If I'm gonna do skin on, it's usually gonna be for when I'm doing fried chicken, or if I'm doing like a rotisserie chicken, I'll keep the skin on. But for like baked chicken or whatever, I take the skin off. So put those in there, do my seasoning on the very top because the water level's gonna come up. Cover it in the lid and I bake it. I do it at 375 and I bake it usually about 65 to 70 minutes. And the rice comes out what Taylor calls my sticky rice, which it's not really sticky rice, but it comes out very, almost kind of like a mashed potato, so to speak, but it's rice, not mashed potato. And that's like Taylor's favorite way. Like he wants the rice to be kind of overcooked, so to speak, like, and he loves that. But it's so good. And then of course some garlic bread on the side and a nice veggie. Usually I'll do something like steamed broccoli or do like a steamed green bean. So good. So good. Yeah, definitely worth it. One of the things I noticed that I got rid of, did not mean to get rid of, it was my steamer. I think it's because the Instant Pot steams as well, but the one thing I didn't purchase with my Instant Pot was the steaming basket. So there's that. I did rice and the chicken in 2 different pots. Then you put it together, yeah. So, but yeah, if you ever are curious how we do ours, we always put the chicken in with the rice when we cook it. One, because then a lot of the juices that come from your chicken get into the rice flavor, like gets the flavoring into your rice. But also the garlic and the butter and all that get onto the chicken while it's cooking, so you kind of get a 2 for 2. It's so good.
2 large fries, a whole bunch of ketchup, and sweet and sour sauce and all that. Yeah, that's all that's on the thing on there. I could eat that all myself, but you.
Sarah? I'm dying at her. She's over here talking about the freaking McDonald's menu.
I'm hungry, leave me alone.
She said, I'm hungry, leave me alone. I hear you.
Although then again, I really want mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, pretty much, Dustin. Yeah, I've seen the air fryers. I've seen several people do reviews on the air fryers. However, one person did a review on one of the air fryers, and now I'm curious about that specific air fryer, and that was Clintus. If you guys don't watch Clintus, you guys are missing out. Well, I guess you'd say he's a family man, but his channel is from his perspective. Like everything is about like the way he sees things. You know, he does have videos with his kids and stuff, but a lot of it is like it's his vision of like what the world is, the things he expects. He also lets you know that he lives in his own little bubble. There's a lot of things he's not educated about, and there's a lot of things that he doesn't really care to be educated about, which I think is great. Like if you stand by what you believe in, right? But he is very supportive of things that need to be spoken out about. However, he has an air fryer. He got it as I guess as a Christmas gift or whatnot. And he does pizza in it, like leftover pizza. Like if you get a pizza from takeout or whatever and you have pizza for the next day, he says, never ever heat pizza in the microwave. Which I do anyway. I usually just eat it cold. Because you heat it in the microwave, it comes out like a hockey puck or like really rubberized. Not cool. Before they got the air fryer, he said the best way to do it was to heat it like on a skillet on the stovetop. And so I tried that the first time before they got their air fryer, and he's absolutely right. So heating it on a skillet on the stovetop is the way to go. Like you can reheat it in the oven, but then you're just recooking it, which then it overcooks. But if you're heating it on the stovetop, you're heating the pizza from the bottom and allowing the cheese to melt just from being in the vicinity of heat. So you're not overcooking it, and it works. Well, he got the air fryer, and he said it's literally like you just got the pizza delivered, and he swears by it now. And I'm just like, now if he can do some review on several other products. Now, he said like French fries. He said French fries were one of his favorite things. I don't eat French fries, but if he tells me that French fries come out of that air fryer like the fries you would get if you went to McDonald's without any oil, and they taste really good, which I think that's false, because I think you do need oil. It's just not being deep fried in oil. You gotta like coat the potato with oil before it goes in the air fryer, if I'm correct. From what I watched another person do on one of the air fryers that they have, you had to coat the potatoes in oil, then put them in the air fryer. And she was like, well, isn't that defeating the purpose of it being healthy? Because now I've just put oil on something that doesn't need to be cooked with oil. Maybe I'll get an air fryer for like Christmas or something, and I'll give it a try. I don't know. I probably won't even use it because I'm not a big fried food fan. And of course the air fryer is supposed to eliminate the whole actually frying the food, but you still get that taste, supposedly. We'll see. I don't know. So I don't know if it'd be even, because I personally won't buy one because I don't think I'd use it enough. I have such bad armor. Such bad armor. But, you guys, this little one has fallen completely upside down out of the cage. Hold on. What are you doing, Misty? Just don't want her to fall. She's back there with her brothers now. I have a little soft spot for Misty. Not that I'm keeping her, because I wouldn't. But I have a little soft spot for her. One, because she's kind of the oddball out of the whole group. You've got Rainy and Riker, who look identical, okay? Other than that they're male and female, and Riker is double the size of Rainy. But their patterns are like a perfect match. If you go look on my Instagram, I just posted a picture on Instagram, and it has the kittens labeled. And you've got Riker, and then you got Rainy, who is like this big next to him. And then you've got freaking Ezekiel next to her. And Rainy is just really tiny. And then you've got little odd one out, Misty, who is like the light gray, creamy gray color. So you got the twins, I call them the twins. Then you've got Misty, who's like light gray. Then you got freaking Ezekiel, who's solid black. And then you've got little dark boy, Mr. Arlo, who's got like the dark stripe down his back, and then the stripes like Riker and Rainy. But he's just darker in color. He kind of has the same kind of color combination as, oh my God, Tut, King Tut. He has the same color combination as Tut, except for Tut at first looked solid black when he was a baby, when he was first born. You almost didn't know he had stripes until he got to about 2 weeks old, and then you were like, he's actually striped. And then his stripes became more and more defined the bigger he got. Is it still bothering you? You want some of the other medicine? How long has it been since you've taken something? Since last night? You want to take stuff before the pain kicks in.
I took them earlier today.
Okay. So you take it every 4 hours. You want to keep on, like, since you took that earlier, what time do you remember taking it? If you took it like at 8 o'clock, you're well past the mark where you're going to start getting pain, and you're going to be chasing pain instead of...
It's not really like pain right now. It's just kind of uncomfortable. But it's also because I started messing with it.
Yeah, then take some ibuprofen to kind of take down any swelling from messing with it. This way you alternate, that way you're not taking that over and over again. But it's better to keep ahead of the pain than to get behind the pain. Anybody that knows that, if you've ever, careful sir, you're pulling the towel down off. If you've ever had surgery or not, and the doctors give you your medicine and they say take it every 4 hours or every 6 hours, do not say, like, don't be like, well, I feel okay right now. I'll take it in a little while. The reason for that time spacing is because you want to stay ahead of the pain. If you wait till you start to feel the pain and then you take the medicine, well, now it's too late. Because
Probably me.
no, not at all. It's really just me. Once you're chasing the pain, you're gonna lose that battle. Yeah, we did like a olive oil drops in the ear yesterday, and that seemed to actually do a bit of good. Kind of helps like separate out that water that's kind of hanging out in the ear and then lets the ear drain. Corn nuggets? What are corn nuggets? Like, if you mean like,
That's what we gotta make.
oh,
We have all the
fritters?
stuff. Yes.
You want to make some corn fritters with the pancake mix and the fritters? Okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing for dinner.
I'm starving right now.
Well, it's going to take a while to cook that. And I got to get all of those dishes out of the kitchen. So, yeah, I got to get all the dishes out of the kitchen. But anyway, I can make corn fritters for dinner. So that'll be really good because they take forever to make. If you guys have never had corn fritters, you're missing out. But corn nuggets, I've never done corn nuggets. The only type of corn nuggets, see, like, corn, I'm thinking, like, if you're talking about, what are they called? The ones that we always like to go, corn nuts. Like, corn nuts, I love, like, the bags of, like, corn nuts, which are, like, baked or deep fried, whichever you want to call it. But they're big, huge pieces of corn. Actually, you know what I think that actually is? I don't think it's corn at all. I think it's hominy. Because they literally look exactly like hominy does. But they're so good. So good. But no, I've never done like deep fried corn, like just regular corn. But we do corn fritters, which is where you take pancake batter and you make your pancake batter, but you want it really a good thick pancake batter. And then you pour a can of corn in there, like sweet corn. Hi, Pallavi. And you mix that up. Yeah, I already ate them. I ate those last night. And then you take it and you just kind of drop like globs of it into oil and you let it deep fry. And it is like deliciousness. It's so good. Oh, I have heartburn so bad. I don't know if eating anything fried is going to do me any good. Ooh. But I'll make them because... Huh?
I started this morning.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, I already figured that when I was in the bathroom. I thought you said something about the bottom line. I was like, the what?
I can't talk really loud, Mom, because I can't hear myself. So I don't
know.
feel like yelling.
She did it again. She's hanging upside down. I guess that's the preferred way she wants to sleep. So if that's how she wants to sleep, I guess I'm just going to let her sleep like that. I moved her the first time because she's literally hanging upside down. Her butt is up on top of the heating thing and her head is down here by the door. I'm doing good. I'm exhausted, of course, but it's like, it's not exhausted as in like, oh, I hate this. It's exhausted as in like new baby exhausted. So, you know, when you choose something like this, the weather is hot. It's 102. It's not bad. It's livable, but it's hot. What's the matter, baby? What's the matter? Go make a tomato soup. You got tomato soup over there. There's also cans of tuna. Go grab a can of tuna, mix some mayo in it, and make a sandwich. It's not hot out right now. Like, it's not hot out, so you can do that and it wouldn't be too bad. It was like stormy here. Yeah. Are you still in Vegas or are you in a different area right now? Because, yeah, we had a storm here the other day that came blowing through here like a... Oh, you're in Phoenix. Yeah, we had a storm here the other day. You guys probably got the storm that we ended up with. That we had first. It probably headed your guys' direction. It was horrendous. Like, the winds picked up. I swear to God our house was going to come crashing down. I honestly thought this whole garage thing is going to start wiggling and we're coming down with it. It was terrifying. The wind was so bad. There was lightning and the thunder wasn't very loud, but the lightning was insane. We had like a nice light show going on, but the wind was, I think we got some sprinkling. We didn't get any rain. just sprinkled, but the wind was terrifying. No, absolutely not, Dustin. He said drink milk, cold milk with your heartburn. One, I'm lactose intolerant, and me drinking milk, first of all, ew, disgusting. I don't know how people do that. Two, I can't stand drinking milk. I don't know why people do it. Blech. Two, if I drink milk, I will be very sick. So, not just because of the taste, but because my body and milk don't get along. So, don't really feel like being on the toilet the rest of the day. Especially when I got little babies to take care of. Sarah's looking at me like, because she likes milk. If she could have milk all day long, she would. Huh, you would. Do you get lots of... No. Joseph, we don't even get rain here half the time. Yeah, we have dry heat here. And when we get wind, oh yeah. And the fact that we live up on the mountain now, the wind up here is way worse than down in the city. So, yeah. That wind was terrifying. Like, we've had wind when we lived in Bullhead, and it's like, oh, good Lord, get everything inside. The wind was, okay, I can tell you how bad the wind was here. We had a heavy metal, like, dolly, like furniture appliance dolly up here. If you guys know what that is, it's the big old thing that you, like, can, like, move a refrigerator and stuff with, right? So you stick it on there, you strap it to it, it's got the big wheels. The wind was so bad, it actually took that and slid it across the deck and off the deck and down into the parking area, in front of the garage. That's how hard the wind was. It took a heavy, full metal thing, and it was laying down on its side, so it wasn't even on its wheels. And it moved it all the way across the deck and threw it off the side of the deck. Because I was like, how did it get down there? And why are the straps of it up here? Like the pieces, the bumpers and stuff were still up here. Because it had slid it across the deck and it popped the bumpers off. Yeah, see, we don't get that. Like, here it's hot, and it's hot, and it's hot. So, you get summer, and I guess most people would say it'd be like spring/fall weather. That's like spring/fall weather is what we have for winter. I think like our winters get like 55, 60, which is great. It's beautiful. It feels great. Summer, 120 plus. The highest it's been up here on the hill, up on the mountain, it's been 122 was the highest here. And the day that it was 122 up here, it was 128 down in the city. So they got the hot weather. It's not as hot up here, thank goodness. This little girl is just, she cracks me up. She just like spread her little feet out in front of her. And it's just, oh, Misty. You're gonna have all the blood rushing to your noggin. She's trying to make herself smart. That's what she's doing. She's doing the smarticle vertical drop over here. Silly little kitty. It worries me though when she's laying like that. It can't possibly be comfortable to lay like that. I'm gonna move her right there. There we go. I just worry that she's laying like that completely upside down. Nope, she's gonna come right back over there and do it again. Silly little goose. But yeah. Oh, he's gonna fall. There's actually 3 of them right there by the door. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I'm going to try to rest for a bit now that these guys have been fed. Hopefully they'll sleep for a little while. They're 5 days old, but they eat a lot. Like, during their sessions, they all eat well over a whole teaspoon of food. All of them. Even little teeny weeny one. They all eat much, much more food than you would expect for such tiny little things. So far right now, they've been eating every 2 to 2.5 hours during the day. The first day was a little rough because they were eating, what, every 30 minutes, Sarah? We were feeding them like every 30 minutes. We were like, oh my God, they need to eat way more than that in a feeding. So, getting them to eat more so they could space out. That's what I did the whole first night. Was I spent the whole first night getting them to where they finally had a 2-hour stretch, which took a little bit of work because they wanted to eat like every 30 minutes. And so what I was doing was I was getting them to eat a little extra in the syringe, and then stretching out the time I made them wait between when they wanted food to when I gave them food. And so I just did that throughout the night and finally got it to where they were eating more at each of the sessions, and then finally they started sleeping 2 hours. So last night was the first night though, where they actually slept a 5-hour stretch, because yesterday they were eating every 2 hours like clockwork yesterday. Oh my god, he's sitting up and sleeping, Sarah. How cute. His little legs are sticking straight out. He's sitting up like I'm sitting. Like he's just sitting up with his little legs stretched out this way with his little paws like this. Oh my goodness. He's so cute. His little eye. And she's slowly sliding upside down again. They're so cute. They really are really cute. Taylor had me laughing last night though, because Taylor, actually it was early this morning, it was like 4 o'clock this morning. He's like, I'd posted the picture way earlier in the night of the kittens and the fact that they were all finally on the bottle. It only took me 24 hours, you guys, to get them from syringe to bottle, which is a huge step because it took over almost a week and a half, 2 weeks. I know. Like 2 weeks for Rigby to finally be on the bottle, because then he was finally big enough to actually latch onto the bottle. So these guys being on the bottle within 24 hours was like, hallelujah. Makes feedings much easier. And so definitely a big plus. But Taylor's like, Ezekiel, in like all caps. And I was like, what? And he goes, oh, Mom, I want a black cat. And I was like, not this one. One, because Taylor's still in the service. I already have his dog here. I'm not going to also hold on to a cat for him. 2, he's not settled yet. So he already has a dog that he has to consider once he gets out and has to get himself settled, that he's going to have to care for. He doesn't need a cat on top of it right now. And I said, there's lots of black kittens out there. I'm going to be fostering for a while, so I'm going to be doing fostering as they need fosters. So, you know, the point being is there's going to come other kittens, and there's going to come along other little ones as the time goes by. So once he's out and he's settled and he has everything working for him, then he can consider a cat. But not this one. This little guy right here will probably be with his own family by the time Taylor even gets out of the service. By then, Taylor's not even going to get out until after Christmas, which is another 4 months away. This little guy will already be 5 months old by then, 4 or 5 months old by then. So that's not going to happen. And you want to get a kitten while it's still, like, if you want a kitten, you want to get it while it's a baby. 4 and 5 month old cats, absolutely, they're great for adoption. You definitely should. Just know that they're going to be harder to acclimate to things. And then when you adopt senior cats, or what we call teenagers, teenage cats are cats that are over the age of 6 months old, and they range from age 6 months old to 3 years old. Because in that range right there, you've got a cat that is going to have all kinds of attitude and she's going to still be, he or she will still be very kittenish, but yet also just starting to kind of find their footing. So teenage cats are probably some of the hardest ones to adopt. Utah also has a dry state. We do get rain occasionally. My place to see kittens if they're there. Aw. Yeah, these guys, so far these guys are doing great, so I'm really happy with that. But we're always going to have, as of right now, because I am full-time fostering with these guys, so for Saint. And last night, I'm so, like, they're such blessings. Like, these people are just amazing. Let's see here. Where did she put it? So Donna and them, Donna is the one, they were the ones that helped us when Penny passed away, right? So Saint was the ones that were right there and helped us out. So Donna wrote, she's like, Marie, you're a blessing to Saint and these kittens, including Rigby. She's like, thank you for helping us to save them. Without you, they all would have had no future at all. And then she sent this adorable GIF with it. How cute is that? So I told her, thank you. I told her she's just too kind to me. I enjoy fostering the babies, of course. Want to make sure everybody has a chance to live and make it out there. And she's like, so just bring over, 6 adoption applications, right? So I was like, hee hee. No, not 6, just the 1. So yeah, Rigby will be staying with me, and I'm actually very happy about that. There she goes. There she goes. She's gonna go get up there and get cozy. You're on a diet, but cheat with a donut. Her little face. I love when little kids do stuff. And they learn those kind of reactions strictly by watching other adults who react said way. So it's not a kid's normal reaction to something. Oh, it's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here and lay down for a bit because I am exhausted. And when you've got little tiny ones like this and you don't really have anything else to do today, like I've got today and tomorrow to just rest, because Sunday I've got a lot I gotta get done before classes start Monday. So once my 2 classes start on Monday, I'm gonna have my hands really full because I've got Rigby, I've got the babies, and then I've got my classes. Rigby very shortly will probably be running around the full apartment. Because he is definitely at the point where he's now climbing. I figure once he makes it out of there on his own, then that's when he'll just pretty much be out on his own. At night, I'll probably kennel him at night for his own safety, because there's too many things. Like during the day I can watch him when he's running around, but during the night when I lay down, not so much. So these 2 are so funny. It's the twins. They get it. They do everything together. Though I call them the twins. They're not twins, guys. So I know like people are like, what? Now I have seen twin kittens before, where they're born in the same sack, but when that usually happens, they're both the same gender, or same sex, I should say, not gender, because cats don't have gender. The same sex. So it's usually like 2 males or 2 females. They'll be identical in markings and pattern, everything. And they will be of, like I said, the same sex when they're twins. But I call the 2 of them, Rainy and Riker, twins because their color pattern and everything is exactly the same. Though they are male and female, and you can tell who's who because she's so much smaller than him. She's like the itty bittiest thing in the litter. When I pick her up, it's like when I used to pick up Rigby at a week old. So she's super tiny. So she's definitely the runt of the litter. At first, I couldn't tell if it was going to be her or Arlo, but Arlo ended up catching up with the boys quite fast. And then I was like, okay, well now Misty's a little bit tiny too. And then Misty is caught up, but Rainy is definitely tiny. So she's a little bitty thing. He's like, I want to climb back up there. I don't have the energy to climb back up there. So he's just got his feet stuck behind him and his little front paws to his sides, like, ugh. I think he's tuckered himself out. There he goes. They're so cute. I'm just glad these guys are doing really good. The fact that the animal shelter wrote them off, like the actual shelter, wrote them off instead of calling Saint and being like, hey, someone's calling about a litter of kittens. They just wrote them off and just like told the guy to go put them back underneath the house and leave them. And he said they've been there for over 12 hours. Mom hasn't come back for them. And then they said, well, just leave them there. There's no hope for them. Their mom abandoned them. Then there's something wrong with the kittens. There's nothing wrong with these guys. They're actually perfectly healthy. Something happened to Mom. And more than likely it was she was hit by a car. The area that they lived at is not the best area. I'm just wondering why Mama left them in the first place. Normally when babies are born, Mama spends the first week with them. She usually doesn't even go to eat, which makes me think that she was malnourished to some extent, and so she went looking for food. Either went looking for food or was relocating her kittens. I don't see why she would relocate them if they were in such a good spot to begin with. Only one entrance in and out. She would have been able to monitor that entrance in and out. So I'm just curious as to, the only thing I can think of was either she was deciding to move her kittens or she was so hungry she left to go get food and, you know, either got caught by a coyote or was one of the cats that was picked up over there that was hit by a car. So very, very sad indeed. But they got a fighting chance now, and that's what I do this for, because little ones like this deserve a shot. Just because Mama's walked away or Mama has abandoned them, sometimes Mama's just too young, doesn't quite understand, and gives birth because she's just too young to be a mom, that they don't have all the instinctual portions of them in place yet, especially if they're only 6 months old, a 6 to 7 month old mama cat. When they come into that first heat cycle and get pregnant, that first shot around, they really usually don't take care of their kittens. It's very rare that they will. They're still babies themselves, and so they just don't understand it. As a matter of fact, some of them get very scared during delivery and end up becoming toxic in their own body because they get scared during the delivery process and will hold off or stall their own delivery and become septic and then of course don't make it. So just spay and neuter, people. Spay and neuter your pets. This little face. Oh my goodness. I think they're pretty much telling me that warming plate's too much for them. Every one of them tries to avoid the warming plate. And so I'm thinking because they're such a good sized litter, they may not need the warming plate in there until nighttime. Because during the day, it's actually like the perfect temperature in the house, and they have each other's bodies to keep each other warm. So we may not have to have the plate in there until bedtime. But who knows? I mean, one of the little ones loves to lay on top of the plate, but the rest of them are avoiding it completely. So, alright guys, you all are amazing. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, see if getting some rest helps. But yeah, I'm definitely exhausted, and not exhausted in a bad way, just exhausted as in new mommy way, where you wouldn't change it for the world, you know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure that they're doing good, and it motivates you to keep going, to see them being healthy and strong. So that's part of it. Oh, she gonna fall. She gonna fall. You're gonna knock her right over, aren't you? Yep. My goodness, big girl. You just knocked your sister right off of there. So, alright guys, take it easy. I'm gonna go lay down.